welcome, welcome. As you come in, say hi so I know you're here. I'm gonna tag my followers, and if they are set up to get a notification, they will get the notification. Maybe, hopefully. I'm gonna share us out to my two groups. As you come in, say hi so I know you're here. And the first one in, let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Hopping on just a few minutes early so I can do all the back office stuff and then hit the ground running at 2 p.m. Hi, Nancy, you're the first one in. Can you hear me and see me okay? Do I need to adjust anything before I get going? Maybe tilt my camera down a smidge. I hate to mess with that. Hi, Heidi. I hate to mess with it after I have already hit the go live because I don't want to mess anything up. Stranger things have happened, right, guys? Stranger things have happened. I'm doing good, Heidi. Thank you for asking. I don't normally go live on the weekends, guys. I don't normally go live on the weekends. Thank you, Nancy. So this is like a bonus. This is a bonus today. All right. I tagged us, so anyone who has their notifications set to receive from my business page will get a notification that I'm live. And I shared myself out to my two groups, Paper Sweeties Inspire and Shop, and Paper Sweeties Handmade Market and Share. Paper Sweeties Inspire and Shop is for anyone to share anything they've made using items from my shop or something created inspired by something that you saw me make. Hi, Robin. And Paper Sweeties Handmade Marketplace and Share group is a public group for everyone to share their lives, tutorials, Etsy shops, websites, events, all of the things, guys, all of the things. All right, so I'm gonna go through the lineup, and then in 1 minute at 2 o'clock, we'll get started. How pretty has everyone's creations been today? Jan kicked off the day for us today, and she made a beautiful centerpiece with 3 gorgeous rhinestoned butterflies. Angie was up next, and I'm absolutely in love with her project. She made a beautiful mirror, just loaded with flowers and butterflies and bows. Shay was up after Angie, and she made the cutest little butterfly-topped cupcake. My sweet friend Stephanie is just finishing up now, and she made a cute little tin pitcher, watering can centerpiece with a few butterflies in it. So sweet and adorable. I'm in the 2 o'clock spot. Hi, I'm Debbie from Paper Sweeties. Welcome, everyone. Up next, after me at 3 p.m. Eastern is my friend Maureen from Home for Every Season. 4 o'clock is our fearless leader, Maricela from Mariposa's Creations. 5 p.m. Eastern is Jocelyn from Boutique Poudre de Fée. Hope I said that okay, Jocelyn. 6 p.m. Eastern is my friend Michelle, Crafty Ma'am. 7 p.m. is Lydia from Lydia's Creations. And closing our day out today at 8 p.m. Eastern is my sweet friend Maritza from Glamo Ritz. All right, and close that out. Get that out of our way. It's 2 o'clock. We're gonna get started. First off, I want to thank Maricela for inviting me to join her event today. She knows how much I love her. She's my little bling twin sister. We had so much fun, and we're so happy to meet in person at Fake Bakers Gone Wild last July. There she is. There she is. I was just talking about her. She's my bling twin sister. And we giggled and laughed together at Fake Bakers. And then her and I had so much fun hosting our glitter and gumdrops virtual workshop last, I think it was November. Maricela, was it November? Pretty sure it was. So thank you, Maricela, for thinking of me and including me. I appreciate the invitation and I love you so much. All right. Hey, Maureen. How are you? Welcome in. All right, guys, we're going to get started. Everyone's projects were amazing today. I love how everyone's putting their own little spin on the challenge of butterflies and bows. I hope to do the same. I'm going to make a butterfly, but in true Debbie style, Paper Sweeties fashion. I'm going to spin it. I'm going to do something a little bit leaning on the Candyland side and make the item. Hi, Stephanie. Your picture with all the goodies and the butterflies came out amazing. So pretty, so pretty. And then in the end, I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you could use your item. All right, so let's get started. Let's craft and chat. All right, so like I said, my idea is a little bit different. I'm going to attempt to make a little butterfly character. I know everyone to date has been using molds or making the little balls to make the little butterfly body. I'm gonna spin mine and do something a little different, because why not, guys? Why not? I recently, because you guys know I love to make little characters and little things. Robin, thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate you so much. So recently, and this was a 2 mold set. I just grabbed the 1 mold I'm using today. It caught my eye on Amazon because it has all of these adorable little outfits that when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I could use them on all my little characters I create, little bunnies and little gingies. And today we're gonna make a little butterfly. And this one caught my eye to use for today because I don't know if you could see, but there's a bow on the dress. So a few days ago, I threw some pink clay in there, stuck it in my freezer for a few minutes. Hi, Tina. I'm sending good thoughts and prayers, sweet girl, that you feel better soon. Desiree, hi, love bug. Hi, Jill, how are you? Welcome in. Today is the Butterflies and Bows event. Maricela is hosting today. And again, thank you, Maricela, for inviting me. I appreciate it very much. And you know how much I love you. All right, so I did the little dress. Hey, Albert. Yep, she just hopped out, Albert. I hear her in there having a snack in the other room. Do you hear her little clink, 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 clink? Her little tag on her dish. All right, so like I said, this one caught my eye because the dress has a little bow, but it's kind of small and it blends in. So we're gonna do something to it. We're gonna, of course we are. We're gonna up our game, right? All right, guys, this, I'm gonna start with my 1 tablespoon measuring spoon and some light buttermilk. I use the measuring spoons, guys, because especially if you're making a character and you have like 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 antennas, whatever, when you use the measuring spoons, you don't have to guess. You can use the measuring spoon and they will be symmetrical and as perfect or as close to perfect as can be. I first saw, there's lots of us using them now. Oh, Desiree, I'm gonna have to go and see. I love that so much. I know both of those sweet girls have been looking forward to their visit together. I'm gonna have to go and find it. Thanks for letting us know, Desiree. The first one I ever saw doing this, and I want to say it was probably close to 2 years ago, was Debbie from Debbie's Bright Ideas. And originally, you guys saw I got this, and I was using this. I still have it here. I still use it. But I find that these little measuring spoons are a little bit easier. That's in like millimeters, and these are at least in the American Standard. You guys know I'm not good with math, so at least this I can look at and say, oh, it's 1 tablespoon versus whatever that is, 24 mm. I don't know what that is. It's just easier for my brain, easier for my brain. Hey, Lori, welcome in. You're so welcome, Tina. That's good you're on antibiotics to kick it to the curb as quickly as possible, right? As quickly as possible. All right, rolling the ball to get the creases and wrinkles out. And then when you think you have all of the creases and wrinkles out, I pull over my trusty acrylic plate. It's not quite round and symmetrical, so I'm gonna give it a few more turns on my table. Not a big deal, because we're gonna flatten it. We're gonna flatten it, but not flat as a pancake. This is gonna be our little butterfly's head, so I do want it to be kind of thick-ish. And I'm gonna make it a little, I don't want to say oblong, but I don't want this for today's project. I don't want it perfectly round. I want it a little, and then flat on the bottom. So you could put it on your table like that after you get your shape. Push it down a little. And then, thank you for sprinkling, Maricela. I hope you're having a good day and you're enjoying your event so far today. Okay? So then I have a little shape like that, all right? You guys, I hope you like my project today. Like I said, it's something a little different, All right, my smallest little ball tool, I'm gonna come in and make 2 tiny little pilot holes. I did make a prototype the other day. So when I came on live with y'all, I kind of looked like I knew what I was doing. All right, tiny bit of, oh, she's back. She's back. You guys see her? She put herself in her crate. She's doing her puppy thing. She's digging. She's burying her face. She just ate. So I think she wants to get all of that smell of the food on her face onto her bedding. I think that's what dogs do. You're silly, so silly. All right, teeny bit of super glue in each of those little pilot holes. Hey Shelby, how are you? And then I grabbed these cute little eyes. Everyone is doing great, and everyone's project is just a little bit different, which is so fun. So I pulled these from my stash. Oh, there goes my dryer. It's calling me. It's calling me. I did laundry this morning. Hi, Ginger from Alabama. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here with us today, and I hope you're enjoying all the projects. All right, so I pulled these cute little eyes from my stash. I don't even know where I got them. They were just loose. They might have been like a thank you gift in something that I ordered, maybe, because they were just 2 sets of little single eyes. Tiny ones, I like to use my tweezers. That helps me with my fat little fingers. Place them in. And then before you push them down, you do have a tiny little bit of wiggle room that you can wiggle them around. When you're happy with the placement, you guys know, go ahead and carefully but firmly push them down into the clay. You want to countersink them into the clay. Even more than you would think. Get aggressive with it, because as the clay dries, it's going to shrink and puff up. I don't know how it does both of those things. Hey, Chrissy, happy Saturday to you too. Hey, Alyssa, did you see her? She's photobombing in the background, Miss Bailey. All right, so then you have your little eyes in there like that. So cute. And then I am going to take my fancy clay tool from the Dollar Tree. This is such a teeny weeny little girl that I'm not going to mess with eyelashes. Squishy! There you are, Squishy. Your mirror turned out gorgeous. I love it so much. Your husband did a great job cutting that out. It was like so perfect. Hi, Wendy. How are you? Sweet friend, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. What's everyone doing today? It's Saturday. So I'm going to make just a couple tiny, it's hard because she's so small, guys. That's why I'm not gonna even mess with eyelashes, because she's a little girl. She's a little girl, tiny. So I'm gonna do like 2 on top. They're more like expression lines, I would say. I guess if you wanted to, you could get your eyeliner out or whatever you use and go ahead and try to do your eyelashes, but I'm not gonna, guys. You guys were with me, some of you were with me on Thursday when I was doing eyelashes live, which is kind of risky. And I was having technical difficulties with my eyeliner brush. We had to do surgery on it, but in the end, it all worked out. It all worked out. Okay. All right, so she has some expression lines. They're a little deep right now. The camera probably is not even gonna pick it up, but hey, Linda, welcome. Cleaning and crafting. Well, that sounds like you're multitasking, Wendy, so that's always a good thing. All right, I'm gonna take one of my little smile tools. This one I got in a set. You guys, I can't even remember who I got it from. Yes, Ginger, it is good to put names with faces. I felt like that when I went to Fake Bakers Gone Wild. I did know some people, but there was a lot of people, like I only knew them by their business name. So I was so excited to meet them live and in person at Fake Bakers and give them a hug and take a picture with them. And that kind of cemented it in my head and gave me, you know, the ability to put the face with the name and then the business name too. Sandy Murphy, sweet friend, sweet friend. How are you? Love bug. All right, there's the little smile. To me, it looks like a cute little butterfly face so far. I mean, it's gonna be like, not realistic. It's gonna be like a caricature, a Candyland one. All right, now you guys know I'm gonna do my least favorite thing. I am gonna shadow on wet clay. You guys know I don't like to shadow on wet clay. If I can, I like to let it dry. We are live for an event today, so we're going to go for it. So I go very light and then dip my brush back in the pool and add another layer and keep doing that. The secret, if you're going on wet clay, is just start off light. If you start off too dark, the clay is wet and it just holds it. And if it's too dark and you're not happy with it, you're gonna have to get a baby wipe or a Clorox wipe and brush it off. So just go light, like just dab it in, brush it off, or on a paper towel, get it off. Like back in the day, guys, when we used to do the sponge painting, how you dip your sponge in the clay and then dab it off, and then go onto your canvas or whatever. Same type of situation. But this came out sweet. This looks good. This looks good. And you guys know I love to give really rosy cheekers to my characters. I like them to be super rosy. I'll go into the darker one, just a smidge. Right in the middle. Okay, that's cute. She's adorable. Look at how cute. Look at her cheekers. I'm gonna come back in with my smile tool. Kind of go back over it again. Push it down nice and good and firm. So as it dries and puffs up, it'll retain its shape. Cute little face, right? Cute little face. Cute little face. So it sounds like there's a mixed bag going on. Some people are having gorgeous, beautiful weather. It's gorgeous, beautiful here on the southeast coast of North Carolina. Like beautiful, gorgeous blue sky. My husband went golfing with a buddy. It's like a picture perfect spring day. But some people up north are still having toothpick, cut it in half. Some people up north are still having chili. My mother-in-law lives in New York and she's still having snow. So in the top of the little dress that we made using the mold, I'm going to poke a pilot hole, and we're going to stick the toothpick in with some super glue, and we're going to put the head on right away. Actually, pause. This is dipped a little. You see that? The collar is dipped a little, and I don't want to have a space showing. So I'm going to come back with a teeny little bit, like almost create a little neck for her. Teeny little bit of the light buttermilk. And this is dry. So we'll put some super glue in there. I'm going to put a teeny little bit of, maybe a little bit more than that, of the light buttermilk, and we'll create a neck. Thank you, Tina. Cold. Upper 70s tomorrow. Nice, Jan. Nice. I know you're ready. I know you're more than ready. It was such a long, harsh, cold, old-fashioned winter, I feel. It was just a long, cold, old-fashioned winter. Like we used to get way back in the day. All right, I kind of just filled that space in, guys. Once we push her head on, you won't even really see this that much, but it just kind of filled that little dip. That little dip. We're going to put glitter there anyways too, guys, so, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But it just gave her a little bit of a neck, okay? Even though she's a butterfly, she's got to have a little neck. All right, so I'm going to be really careful because our head is very wet still. I'm going to poke a pilot hole in the bottom. We'll add some more super glue onto the part of the toothpick that's sticking out the top. And then we're going to very carefully put the head onto the toothpick and push it down a little. Okay. It looks a little weird, guys, because she doesn't have the rest of her body parts. She's missing her arms and her legs and all the things, guys, but trust the process. It's a cute little face, isn't it? It's a cute little face. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and make some arms. Yeah. You're getting snow. Stop. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, this one, guys, is a half of a teaspoon. So I'm going to put my clay in there, fill the little well up, and then I just take my thumb to smooth it across and come as close to the half teaspoon as possible. We're going to do it twice because she needs 2 legs. 1, 2, just like the count from Sesame Street, right? You guys, I was with my son and daughter-in-law, my 2 grandbabies last week. Hi, Kathy. How are you? The shirt, dress, Ginger is a mold. I showed it at the beginning of my live. I got it from Amazon. It's a 2-piece set, and it has all these cute little clothes. So just go on to Amazon and type in, Maureen, I love everything you do too. Type in silicone mold outfits, maybe is what I did. All right. So we have 2 little 1 teaspoons of the light buttermilk. I'm gonna roll a ball, roll it, roll it, roll. Alyssa, stop. You're getting snow. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. All right. Jenna, there's my other sweet friend from my crafty friends. Thank you for sprinkling, Jenna. I appreciate it. Thank you. How's everyone doing? I'm so happy. I'm in such a good mood today. My husband went golfing with a buddy, so I actually have the house to myself. That never happens, guys. because he works from home and he's always home. So it's so nice to have just a little quiet me time. All right, I'm gonna roll like a chunky little log. And then I'm gonna take my little pinky, Maricela, right? I can send you the link. I can provide the link to anyone that is interested in it. Pinky, and down where like her little foot area would be, I'm making like a tiny little indent to make it look like a little foot, because my butterfly has to have feet, guys. I'm making it flat on the top, her little foot on the bottom, and I'm curving it for it to bend like inside a little, like a Raggedy Ann doll, and the little feet go in, or a little Flopsy Mopsy bunny and the feet go in. I wanted that kind of look. And while the clay is still wet, right where that little curve is, I'm gonna make a few little, help it along to avoid texturing, a few little texture marks, impression marks, whatever we call them, guys. All right. So there's one little leg with her foot turning in. So we're gonna do it again and try to get it as close looking to the first one as possible. Well, right, Maricela, because she always loses her mind when Wally's gone. She did a little bit this morning, but it's Saturday too. So the neighborhood is quiet. There's no subcontractors. There's no guys working at the house next door. So there's that. When he's gone and there's noise and trucks and activity and people, she loses her mind. She loses her mind. All right, I want it flat on top. This one's gonna go the opposite direction because this is the other little leg. I'm gonna curve it in a little, and then we're gonna make those two. Yes, the resin eyes, I get my eyes all over. I get some on Amazon. I get some from creators on Etsy. Mimi's Creativity I order from. But my favorite are those ones that Stephanie showed. The shape that's kind of like a rounded triangle shape. Those are my favorite ones, guys. And so far, I've only been able to find those like on at Amazon, I think. It's OJOS is the name of the lady who makes them. All right, so my two little legs. One looks fatter than the other one. How did that happen? Even when you use your measuring tools, you guys, it's handmade, not Hallmark, right? It's handmade, not Hallmark. That's what I used to tell my students who would take card making classes from me all the time. When they're like, oh my gosh, it didn't come out. I'm like, yo, it's handmade, not Hallmark. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, I am going to, because the little dress is dry, I am going to make two pilot holes and put little bits of toothpicks in. If the dress was still wet, I wouldn't need to do that because the wet clay would stick to the wet clay. But since I made it a few days ago, I did that by design because I wanted to be able to pick this up and manhandle it. And I guess if it was wet, I still probably could do that. Then I'm going to move my silicone mat out of the way, guys, because I don't want to get super glue on it. Everyone is making beautiful projects, and I love that everyone has been putting their own spin on the challenge, and everyone's projects have been just a little bit different, all equally beautiful. Okay. All right, going to snip a smidge of the tip of these off because I don't want to, because I made the legs curved. The toothpicks are straight, and when I put them on, I don't want to take the chance of the toothpick poking out the side of the leg. That would be heartbreaking. All right, I am going to put some more super glue on the toothpick and a little bit onto the bottom of the dress and insert one leg on. So cute, you guys, so cute. Oh, see, little rag doll, like pointed in. I wanted them to look like little rag. Hi, Holly. Little rag doll legs. You know me, guys. I like to do different. Different. All right, and then the second one, and just, if you're gonna make this on your own, guys, just be careful so those toothpicks don't poke out the side. All right, so the dress has already had a couple of days to shrink and dry. The legs are brand new wet clay. So right now, the legs are looking a little disproportionate to the dress. Once this all shrinks and dries, it'll all be good. But again, guys, it's a bug. It's a bug, so it's okay. Kathleen, aloha. Aloha, my sweet friend. I was watching your replay on Thursday. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so now I'm gonna come back and get another half teaspoon of the buttermilk clay. Guess what we're gonna do next, guys? 3 guesses, and your first 2 don't count. Guess what we're gonna do next? Anyone anyone guess what we're gonna do next? All right, so roll this in a quick little log, and then I am gonna cut this one in half. We used the half teaspoon for the legs that I wanted larger and chunkier. For the arms, I want them skinnier and smaller. Hey, Jessie, welcome. Christmas and spring are my favorites too, Jan. I say that all the time. Christmas is my favorite to create for. And then Easter and spring is my second favorite because I love bunnies. I love bunnies so much. I could do Christmas and bunnies all year, all day, every day. All right, roll it in a little ball till you get all your little wrinkles and creases out. Then we're gonna roll this similar to how we did the leg, although I'm doing like skinnier on the top part of the arm, and then giving her a little bulb button, kind of a hand, a paw. Butterflies don't have arms and hands. I don't think, they just have wings, but this one is a Candyland butterfly, so she has arms and legs. Maricela, I know, girl, we're twins, I know. All right, I'm gonna try to do the same thing. It's always the hardest thing, guys, making 2 arms and 2 legs to look kind of the same. All right, so the arms are a lot skinnier. Do I want to do a toothpick, or do I want to just try to wing it? I'm gonna wing it. Let's live on the wild side, guys, okay? Let's live, I just saw Maureen comment sweet glitter. Yes. When you see what I'm doing with her, you'll say, oh, the pineapple mojito makes perfect sense. We're gonna come in with some pineapple mojito sweet glitter on this little girl. All right, so I'm gonna wing it. I think on my prototype, I did put toothpicks where her arms were, but on this one, I'm not. Because I feel like I might have let them dry before I added them, and these were just adding, so we're gonna go for it, guys. I'm gonna push the top of the little arm down a little, again, to flatten it out. We're gonna add it right where we put that super glue, and I'm being careful not to get my hands in it. We're gonna hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, you didn't have the blue for your butterfly, Stephanie? Let me show you, well, you can see on my website, but I have a couple of blues. I have the blue Hawaiian. It's more of a blue. And then I have the Bahama Mama that's more of a like turquoise, Caribbean blue color. Yeah, and I've just restocked on all of the colors. Not sure if I restocked my numbers on my website. So if you're trying to place an order for sweet glitter, guys, and it's showing you out of stock, just shoot me a message and I will update it. I might have let the super glue on this side dry too long because I put them both on at the same time. No, I think it's okay. We're gonna, hi Liam Brina, how are you? Question, Jazzy. How long those that yellow caulk, how long those that yellow caulk last on the container? Thank you, Stephanie. Lambrina, welcome. Jazzy, see that again? It might be a typo. How long those that caulk? All right. So, there's our little girl. Oh my God, she looks like a little baby Hulk with her little dress, her 2 legs and her 2 arms, okay? How long does that yellow caulk, oh, do you mean clay, last in the container? For forever. It's sealed, it's airtight, so it never goes bad. All right, I'm gonna come in with my little clay tool right where her arms are wanting to bend. And I'm gonna give her those 2 little bendy marks where her arm naturally wants to bend. And then this way you won't get texturing, okay? Now's the tricky part, guys, because we're doing it live. So like I said, when I made my prototype, I let things like dry in between. Oh, thank you, Jan, thank you. All right, I grabbed a cute little resin ice cream cone from my shop, guys. These I just recently restocked. So I grabbed a little chocolate one, and then I'm gonna take just a teeniest weeniest. I think that was your question, Jazzy. How long does the clay last? These are airtight little Tupperware or plastic, Rubbermaid, whatever containers. So it lasts in there forever. It never goes bad because they're sealed, they're airtight. I rolled a little just circle, and now I'm using my fingers to kind of pull it out a little. I'm gonna try to attempt to make a little drippy drip, small little drippy drip. We'll add a little bit of super glue on the tippy top of our ice cream cone. Every little butterfly needs her own little ice cream cone, right guys? All right, push this down. And as I'm pushing it down, I'm like finger pressing it and giving it more dimension. I will hold it up to the camera so you guys can see. All right, there's our little ice cream cone with the drippy drip. Okay, and we're gonna take some pink. Guess what we're doing next? 3 guesses. First 2 don't count. This might be a little big. No, I think it's okay. We're making a little cherry on the top. And I am going to help it along and put a little drop of super glue and add the cherry on top. Cute! So cute! Little chocolate ice cream cone. It's resin. They're available in my shop. They were just restocked. All right, let's bring our girl back over. First, what we're gonna do, I mentioned at the top of the hour that the mold, the dress mold, has a little bow on it, but you can hardly see it, okay? So, I did make a separate little bow using a silicone mold for my stash, okay? So we're gonna add this bow right over that little bow because the challenge today was butterflies and bows. So I didn't want this bow hidden. I wanted to really be able to see it good. So we're just gonna add it right over. We're gonna add this green one right over the pink one and make it look like it was done like that on purpose, okay? So there's our butterfly and our bow. She still looks a little silly. Trust the process. All right, let's put this ice cream cone in her hand, okay? So what I'm going to do, and again, her hands are still very wet. I'm going to put a little super glue right there. Can you guys see what I'm doing? And right there, like on the insides of her paws, hands, whatever you would call it for a butterfly. And then I'm going to bring the paws up to the ice cream cone to make it look like she's holding it. And then we're gonna hold it there for 5 seconds. Say it with me, class. Ready, set, hold it, hold it, hold it. That's why I wanted her to have big paws. It's not holding it on this side. I didn't put enough super glue. Put some more. Go back in. Tell our little girl to cooperate with us. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. All right, that worked that time, guys. Then I just want to reshape her little arms. And what I think I will probably do is come in with some super glue under the little ice cream cone. Oh, there's someone looking at the house next to us. They just pulled up in their car. The one that they're just finishing that's for sale. Looks like a younger, well, everyone than me is younger than me couple. All right, that looks good. And I'm holding it, holding it, holding it. Just because the arms are still wet, guys, I didn't want the weight of the ice cream cone like pulling those arms down and stretching them out. On my first one, I didn't. Well, maybe I did. Maybe I glued it up further. But I didn't want it to stretch the little girl's arms out and make her look like Stretch Armstrong. All right? So there's our little girl with her arms holding the ice cream cone. She has her bow and her legs. And again, guys, those legs will shrink up. And they'll be a little bit more proportionate looking to the dress and her body. Because I made the dress days ago and it's already had an opportunity to shrink. So as the clay dries, she'll look a little bit more proportionate, okay? All right, so then next, I think for the most part I'm done with the clay. So I'm gonna get my silicone mat out of the way so I don't have an super glue catastrophe. All right, I grabbed a little piece. Is Jan still on? Jan is the one who helped me name this color. When I started carrying this color, she named it Funfetti. So it is. Funfetti glitter cord for my shop. And you guys have seen me do this a bunch of times. I think my comments might have stopped. Maricela, throw a hi up there, or someone throw a hi. The glitter cord that I carry in my shop is hollow. It's like a hollow tube. So it allows you to be able to insert a wire through it. This is a 22 gauge fabric covered wire. that I get in the floral department at Hobby Lobby. So I inserted the wire through. I'm gonna bend it in half. Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone must just be quiet. Cut it in half, all right? And let me just get my sizing to see if they're an okay size or if I need to trim them down a little. Maybe just a smidge. It was just a leftover piece of funfetti glitter cord that I had in my stash and I just grabbed it. So I'm gonna cut a little bit off of the end on each of these. Don't throw anything that you trim away, don't throw out, because these will make the cutest little sprinkles. Thank you guys. So that little piece that I cut off, don't throw this out. Keep it, save it. All right, so I'm gonna let a little bit of that wire poke through the top. And what I'm gonna do to hold it in place so it doesn't continue moving around. Yeah, they can't get in because I'm sure the house is locked. They're walking away already. They probably wanted to see it, but I'm sure it's locked. They probably went up to the door, tried some of the windows. They're like, oh, dang, it's locked. All right, so a little bit of super glue on the end where the one little wire is sticking out. And then we're gonna come and get some green foam clay. Cute bee things, adorable, so sweet. Now they're in the driveway, now they're pointing and looking. They're definitely interested. We're making the little ends on the antenna, okay? So a little ball, and then we're gonna stick it right over the end where that little bit of wire was sticking out. And that's why I put the super glue, guys. So it would hold that wire there and it wouldn't continue like moving and poking through and poke out the end of the little end of the antenna, whatever you call it. The end of the butterfly's antenna. Okay, how am I on time? 17 minutes. I think I'm good. All right. Oh, little piece of glitter in there. I don't know how that happened. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Try to get our little ends for our antennas like the same size. Or as close as you can. Okay. All right, so now we are done with the clay. I'm gonna move it out of the way to give us plenty of room to work. All right, now we're gonna come in, and again, her little head is still wet. So I'm gonna make 2 little pilot holes carefully to help ease the end of that wire in so I don't misshape her cute little head too much. That's why I did the head first, guys. But just holding it between my hands, it just misshaped the sides of her face. It's okay, they'll go back. And then I'm gonna cut the end of this wire off just a little, guys. I still want a little bit poking out the end because that's what's gonna go into the top of her head. 17 minutes, perfect. And we'll go ahead and shape them now because once it's in her head, I don't want to be messing around with it. I want to give that clay a chance to dry and not mess with it too much. All right, so there's gonna be 1, okay? And that's why it's the little trick to put the wire inside your glitter cord because then you can bend it and do things to it and it cooperates. All right, so there's the other one. Are they kind of like the same? Yeah. All right, so you guys still with me? Put a little super glue on the end of 1. Bring our little girl carefully over. Hi, Christy. How are you, sweet friend? Welcome. All right, there's 1. I hope you're having a good day. Here's 2. Careful, careful. How cute, you guys. And the Funfetti glitter cord from my shop goes perfect with our colors. Is she looking more like a butterfly now? She's a caricature butterfly. All right, I did say we wanted to add some pineapple mojito. But first, in that little area in between her 2 little antennas, we're gonna put, because Maricela loves flowers, we're gonna put a little flower and little leaves. And then we're gonna put it like at the crown, at the top of her head. So add a little super glue and stick 1 leaf on the back. Sounds good, Maureen. I'll be over as soon as I finish up here. Maureen's up next, right after me. All right, there's 1 little leaf on the flower. Let's do the second little leaf. Something a little different, guys. Something a little different. You either are gonna love her or you're gonna say, that's weird. I love her. I think she's cute. All right, second little leaf. We're holding it. And then we'll add some more super glue onto the back, the flower and the leaves, and we'll attach it right in that little area, right in between that little area. Top of her head, in between the antennas. Okay. Her antennas look really big, but once we give her her wings, you guys, it'll make more sense. All right, so let's go ahead and give her some glitter. So I am going to get my smallest glue brush, put a little bit of glue directly onto the glue brush. And I think I'm gonna give her some glitter at the top of her head, a little bit. Down the sides a little. Those antennas are big. They are pulling on her head. And maybe, let's see where else. Wherever you put the glue, your glitter will stick. Her face is still wet. Maybe a tiny little bit around her neck area and her collar. Okay? Yeah, I think that'll be good. I didn't want to get too crazy. All right, we'll bring our pineapple mojito. Thank you, Lambrina. She's a little different. I wanted to go outside the box a little and do something, try something a little different that I haven't done before. I've made butterflies before, but nothing ever like this, so. Okay. So let's come in and I'm gonna try to, my sweet glitters are super duper chunky, guys. I'm gonna try to kind of get in and shake it off a little, or go down to the bottom where some of the smaller particles have settled. I don't, cause she's such a little girl, you know what I'm saying? I don't want a lot of super chunky glitter. So I shook most of the large shapes off. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. And then we'll come in, and wherever we put the glue, our glitter will stick. All right, and then come in, do that again, because we put some around her little neck. Her face is still wet, so a huge piece just stuck right there. So some of this a little is gonna stick on her face, but if we don't have glue, it should come right off with a fan brush. This is so pretty, you guys. The pineapple mojito goes so pretty with these colors. Ooh, so pretty. I'll hold it up in a second, guys. All right, so then I am going to grab my fan brush. You guys hanging in there with me? We'll pick her up, and wherever we don't have glue, it'll come right off. If it does stick on the wet clay, no worries, guys. Just set it aside, leave it alone. And as the clay dries, then you can come back in a few hours and brush it off. And that's what I'm gonna do to her. Because sometimes if you get too aggressive, trying to get the sprinkles or glitter off the places where you don't want it, when your clay is still wet, you could make indentation marks that you don't want in your clay. So, like some stuck on her arm, it won't stick there permanently because I didn't have glue there. But wherever I put the glue, it did stick, you guys, and it is so pretty. It is so pretty. Look, on the sides of her face and then on her little collar. And I do have a little bit of overspray, but I'm gonna leave her alone, set her off to the side, let her dry, and then I'll come back in once she's dry and clean her up a little bit more. Like I said, wherever you don't have glue, it may be sticking on there now, but it's not permanent. When the clay dries, you'll be able to brush it right off, all right? So I am gonna set her aside. I'm gonna move her out of the way, guys. Like I said, I did make a prototype. So here's her little sister. What shall we name them? One is gonna be Debbie and one is gonna be Maricela, okay? So this one's Maricela because I did the gold wire for the antennas on my first one and a vanilla ice cream cone instead of chocolate, but everything else is the exact same. I made her last week, she's dry, so we can manhandle her and not have to worry. All right, so I was gonna make from scratch butterfly wings. I went as far as going on Google, finding a free image of a butterfly. I downloaded it, I printed it, I cut it out of copy paper, I traced it onto parchment paper, and I was gonna lay this on top of rolled out clay and make wings. But I went to Hobby Lobby and I was just walking around and lo and behold, this jumped out at me. Yeah, Debbie and Maricela, because I have two of them. And Mary, I'm gonna send you yours. I'm gonna send it when it's dry. I'm gonna send it to you. This jumped out at me and I'm like, oh, I have to have it for Maricela's event, okay? So I brought it home, had a twine to hang it, and I pulled the butterfly body off it, okay? So look at how pretty, how gorgeous and how pretty. You guys, you know what I think I want to do? Well, I have the sweet glitter right here on the bottom. Let me do it super quick. On the bottom over here, where those green, I want to add some glue and see if I can add some sweet glitter. Where these green lines are, they're like green glitter lines. They're screaming at me like, we need sweet glitter. Add some sweet glitter. Could you hear them saying that? I don't know. I might make a mess. We'll see. We'll see. It might be a fail, guys. It might stick on the whatever this fabric is and it might make a mess. I don't know. We're going to try it. We're just going to go for it. I mean, extra glitter never makes me mad, you guys. Extra glitter never makes me mad. Okay, ready for the big reveal? It's either going to look nice or not. Maricela, in my Hobby Lobby, it was, I love it. I love, look. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna wanna add it all over it now. But let me keep going because I only have 4 minutes left. In mine, Maricela, it was in one of the middle aisles over like off to the side where the Christmas ornament stuff kind of is. Obviously, it was in their spring section, but it was not in a regular aisle. It was in the middle. All right, I'm using 2 glues, guys. Hot glue and super glue. The hot glue will be temporary hold, and then the super glue will be a more long-term. And we're gonna attach her onto the wings and say it with me. Right, Jan? I'm so happy I did it. I'm gonna add more. I'm out of time, but I am gonna go back and add more. Probably where all these little dots are on the top one. So pretty. Oh my goodness, guys. I can't. There she is. There she is. Do you love her? This one's Maricela because it has the gold antennas. Then, guys, you could take a centerpiece. I made this a few weeks ago. I had other picks in it and I hadn't glued them in. So I just pulled the other picks out and you could set your butterfly in like that, you guys. Oh my gosh. Is she in the right spot? I'm looking at her backwards, guys. Is she in the right spot? Look at how pretty. Oh my goodness. Do you love her? That's Maricela. That's Maricela, the butterfly. Yeah, they were in with the spring stuff, Maricela. And in my Hobby Lobby, they were in the middle. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Welcome. There's my Maricela butterfly. I'll hold her up close so you guys can see. Pineapple Mojito Sweet Glitter. There's some diamond dust on her. She has gold antennas. She's so glitzy and blingy and pretty. You like her, Desiree? Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Maricela. That's your butterfly. She's gonna come live at your house, okay? So, she's the one I made last week, so I probably could slip her in the mail to you Monday. So, happy mail on its way. So cute, right? So cute. Part of your inspiration for your project? Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much. The wings are perfect, right? I mean, like I said, I was going to make clay ones, and then just walking through Hobby Lobby last week, this jumped out at me. I'm like, oh, have to make it work. Have to make it work. Thank you, Sandy. Hi, Anne. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for everyone that hopped on. Hi to everyone who's going to watch later on the replay. I know it's Saturday. A lot of people are busy. But I certainly do appreciate y'all being here. Thank you to everyone who follows me and who sprinkled and shared. Love you, Maricela. Thanks for inviting me. Loved being a part of your sweet event. All right, we're going to hop over to Home for Every Season. My friend Maureen is up next, and I'm sure she's going to be making something super duper cute as well. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Saturday, a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again Monday at 2 p.m. for Pink Frosting Divas. Bye.